Good. No idea what you were doing. Good evening. To DMC Live episode 30. Joined by two of my cohorts this week. We're not sure what's happening with Luke. If he joins us later on, so be it. So PJ here from Midlife Models, joined by Laz from Lazlo Collectibles. Good evening, Laz.
Good evening, everyone.
And my good friend, Mr. Martin Dare from Martin Dare's Dinky Restorations. That's not to say that Laz isn't a good friend as well. He is. Just thought I'd clear that up before he has a go at me. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, Martin.
I think he cannot hear you.
Hear us. Yeah, he can't hear us. No, he's looking. He's looking aimlessly around. Can you hear us, Martin? Martin. Is Martin?
Good morning, Martin.
Oh, this is a good start. This isn't it? Everybody else on mute. Martin.
Hello.
Oh, that's not going well, is it? Let's just send a private chat. Can you hear us, Mort? Can you hear us, mate? Can you hear us? No, he's just smiling. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear us?
No? I can hear you just about. I can hear you just about.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. He's at Costa del Dare, so he may have a bit of a.
It keeps going. It's rubbish signal, to be honest with you.
It's in and out. So, as I say, welcome to episode 30. 30 episodes, crikey. How quick has that gone by? So, quickly nip into the chat. Good evening to... we've got a lifesaver. We've got a lifesaver to come and join us. Bless him, Mr. Brian.
Good evening.
Evening, Brian.
Good evening.
Hey, lads.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, lads.
Brian.
Hey, lads.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this for us, right? Filling in our quadruple of guests and hosts.
No worries.
Good to see you, buddy. So, as I say, welcome to episode 30. Nipping into the chat, it looks like we've got two people so far. And Mr. John Hatwell. Good evening, John.
Good evening, John.
Evening, John.
Kev.
Evening, Kev.
John.
Banger Racers. Good evening, Kev. Good.
Hi, Kev.
We usually have to give it about 10 to 15 minutes to for the chat to fill up a little bit and see. There's Phil. Phil joined us last week. Phil Naylor. Did I get that right, Phil?
Evening, Phil.
No, I'm thinking. Phil joined us last night in the tavern. It was good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. I enjoyed it and hope to see you again. We don't want to think we scared you off, which we tend to do sometimes. And a good evening to Mr. Ian Ully. Ian, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Second time today, mate. Enjoyed our trip out today. Thanks for arranging and inviting me. It was great, mate. So there we go. Chat starting to fill up nicely. It is, yeah. Cheers. Good stuff, mate. Thanks, Phil. Welcome. So, what's we got on for this week? Well, in the tavern last night, we've covered this before, but I don't mind, or we don't mind, obviously going over something again that we've talked about. John asked about drilling and tapping posts on cars, so got no problem covering that again. We'll go around the houses to see what people's up to, except I think two of us haven't done anything for about a fortnight now. Giving any names away, Laz, me. But there you go. So we'll go around the houses. We've got a TV and film vehicles quiz. So stick around for that to the end. As long as you're above 5 years old, you should be able to answer the majority of the questions. Like it's not going to be difficult. It's not rocket science. Yeah, lads might not get them, but
We don't know what it is.
right. So whilst Martin's still got a signal and the seagulls haven't shot him down, we'll start with Martin first. Mark, do you want to give us an overview of what you've been up to this week, if you can? Go, Martin. Fly. What have you been up to? Nothing. He's been up to nothing.
I'm getting.
It's a book, a film, 2 syllables.
You know, he looked like a deaf man, just smiling.
He's got, oh, bless him. What you been doing this week? What
Are you all right, dear? Are you all right?
Been doing?
Yeah. Put your thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Right, I'm off. I did. Obviously, we've seen the disaster on the Mustang, but next week I've got another Mustang, but it's a Tonka Mustang. It's a small Tonka Mustang. So we've got that one on the go, and I've got the unboxing a week after that, and I've started work on the very first Matchbox Major Pack MB1, which is the earth mover. It's got on that, yeah, the earth mover. So I'm doing that one. That's in paint at home, but I'm not at home. I'm here, so I'm doing a bit of a model kit building at the minute. So I've got a Land Rover over here. I'll just bring that down. I'm working on.
Ooh.
Yeah,
it's a flying Land Rover.
That one.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and also I'm working on at the minute on the bench at the minute, but I won't be doing it because it's rude. Is this?
Oh, nice.
Vehicle.
Nice.
Is it German or
Yeah,
American? I was gonna say, is it German?
That's Martin.
Yeah, and I messed about with it. This is an old glue bomb of a Chevy, which I was given by Miss K. That's Miss K. There's this one.
Oh, nice. AMT? Or what is it? Level?
It's a real glue bomb. I mean, there's everything. It's stuck together with, I don't know what it is, but it's rock hard to get off. I've had to strip all the body, the paint, and but yeah, it's an ongoing project. So yeah, so that's me at the minute. Diecast wise, I've got a few American things picked out. I'm not sure. I've got a line of American vehicles at home, but I'm not decided which one to do yet. So
good stuff.
Lovely.
Busy.
Managed to get through that.
Lovely, Martin.
Dying on him. Yeah, welcome to the professional YouTube channel of the DMC. No, it's just not happening, is it? Yeah. Nobody's going to vote for us kids. Right. Let's touch base with Brian. Brian's had a bit of a few weeks, one thing or another. Have you been able to do anything diecast related, Brian?
Yes, I have.
Cool, thank God for that. We're not wasting any time.
Yeah, apologies to any viewers. Obviously, there's not been any videos up. There is a brief explanation in the video that's going up tomorrow about what went on. But yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I've been noodling about. Not had a massive amount of time, but I bought a job lot of World War II planes, die-cast ones, and nearly all of them were in one way or shape or form ruined. And from Airfix bits and bobs that I've got, I managed to restore. I restored one completely. So I've got a. Let's try and get this in for you. There we go. It's a
nice.
Mosquito. So obviously I've redone the propellers. The guns at the front were all broken off, and the suspension was gone. Luckily, it did come with the tires, but I managed to make up the other bits to actually, and they do actually work. So you can, I don't know if you can see there.
Yes.
Nice, mate. Well done.
So they won't retract. They don't retract, but these ones you couldn't. But it is a lovely, lovely model. And
Yeah,
this is
it's nice.
Yeah.
these are the Corgi Aviation Archive ones. There's
Yeah,
a
we was
beautiful,
talking
beautiful
about that
model.
last night, whether it was part of a set.
Yeah. So there's that. Then gathering stuff for when I finally get this bloody shed built. Obviously, there's your mobile.
The
Then
legend,
there's
the legend
another
of
mobile.
the Shadow mobile.
And then there's a third mobile, but they
Yes.
are different. You see that one? That has got a white interior. White interior there.
Yes.
And it's got pimples on the roof. Then there's a red interior
Oh,
with no pimples on the roof. And different colour tyres as well. So one's got brown and one's got green. So
Yeah, I
those
think
ones have got green tyres. Those ones have got brown tyres.
mm.
So
Ian gave me a list of the variations, and I think there's 8 different types of variations of wheels on their own, besides the roof. So,
deep joy.
It's
So only
whatever they ran out of.
only another 15 to go then.
Yeah.
And then today, when I got back from work, there was a parcel. I bought some. I just bought a job lot of corgi bits, and there was a couple of books thrown in, so I got a Dinky Toys book.
Oh,
Nice.
Which is quite nice. Some very nice.
Let's have a bit, bro. Let's have a bit, mate.
There we
Let's
go.
have a bit.
oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool.
Deposit. Yeah.
Yeah, some nice pictures. And bless her heart, the girl that sent it, she sent me that. Sent me that. I bought that. So that was, I think that was £4. And in it, she stuck this as well,
No,
Oh,
you're really
nice.
good to know.
which is fantastic.
Oh,
There's some
yeah.
absolutely cracking pictures of the cars in it.
1950.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very pleased
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
Nice. Yes.
But I bought these 4 Corgi cars, and in the box of Corgi cars, there obviously was another couple of cars lurking around that they've stuck in the box. And bugger me. One was that,
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
and it is absolutely minto.
Oh, look at that. The Jaguar. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Drag
nice.
you it, yeah.
Yeah, Jaguar.
And
Jaguar.
the other
yes.
one, you know the horrible pink beach buggy with the yellow spots?
Yes.
Well, that came in that box. There we go.
Oh,
So I've got a
Wow.
spotty beach buggy in there. Well, I did have
In a Jeep.
until
and that's the
I
Jeep, isn't
miraculously
it?
found
Oh, nice.
the actual Jeep,
Oh, so
which came in another
yeah.
job lot. So I've now got a complete one of those. So
Oh,
happy
nice.
days.
Bit
And
of
the Corgi
mixing.
ones I won't bore you with. They're all just 1100 plans that I wanted because I'm going to got a plan for doing something with those.
That's all right.
But yeah,
Well
that's
done, mate. You've saved me a lot for having to say anything.
But that's just recent, just recent purchase. I did get. I will show you, but I won't show you if that makes sense. I think I mentioned a while ago. I bought a box of army stuff.
Mm.
It finally arrived.
Okay.
If I can, I'll tell you what. It's going to be easier if I move the camera. There we go. There we go. So there's a mighty Antar in there. There's there's one of these rocket launcher things. I think that's a chieftain. No, Centurion.
Nice.
Uh,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of those.
The King size. Yeah.
There's 2 of these.
Oh, I
And
like
that
that.
whole job lot was 20 quid.
Wow, that's a good deal. Yeah.
But I mean, someone I'm thinking it was JMO was saying that about the military stuff. You can get ridiculous deals on those. And what I thought what I might do with some of these, certainly like something like that, I might repurpose it, not as an army one.
Yes.
I mean, when we went into the Knowles Collectibles with Ian today, he'd got one cabinet that was purposely built for the army vehicles, and the ballpark figure was £45.
I really hadn't quite realised just how many different ones there are.
Yeah,
There's bloody hundreds.
There's a low loader, I think, that carries a tank that looks fantastic.
Yeah, Mighty Antar, that's in there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes the Centurion tank, I think.
Yeah,
that takes.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
it's
it's lovely.
fantastic when it's done.
Yep. But that's my stuff.
Well, before me and Laz say absolutely nothing about what we've been doing, go on, Laz.
I would like to say that I've done this in the last 2 weeks.
Ah.
The box.
There you go.
And I'm actually currently doing this car as well.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's the
Fantastic.
second box. Yeah, that's the second
Nice.
box I've done because I've got 2 of these lorries to complete.
Awesome.
Yeah, so they are on
Yeah.
the list to do. I have a few more cars, but I haven't done much because I've been traveling and obviously it's Easter and stuff, so I haven't done much. But yeah, I do like this box came nice. And the other one, the Thames cattle truck, Major Pack 7. No, I can't remember which one.
You're breaking.
I've done the box. Yeah, I've done the box for that one as well, and it's a bit smaller, but it does fit properly. So cheers, Brian.
We had this discussion. The trouble with those boxes is because it's an amalgam from lots of different people. You know, I've got a box, I scan
Yeah.
it. You've
Yeah.
got a box, you scan it. Because it's all different computers. It might be Apple, it
Yeah.
might be Windows, every different scan is fractionally different.
Yes.
And until you actually rough print what you have, you'll never know what size it's going to come out.
Yeah.
I did one the other day, and it only printed half the box, despite the fact the picture that I was going to print showed it was the entire box. But it literally did one face, one back.
Yeah, some of the boxes were just too small. Some of them were just too big. This one, actually, I cracked it on the way, but it looks more authentic now. It's got a little bit crisp.
Yeah. So that's the Goldilocks box.
Yeah, yeah.
Just right.
Yeah.
Too hot or too cold.
Yeah. It's actually a bit bigger than it should be, but it's good. I do like this one. Yeah.
At least if they're fractionally bigger, you can wrap them inside so they're protected.
Yeah, I've got actually a shoebox full now, made of boxes. So yeah, I'm quite happy, and yeah, I'm quite happy that I can do the boxes now with the cars when I complete them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
that's me.
So you actually had something to talk about.
Yes, I had.
I'm shamed now. Thank you, mate.
Don't you have some Captain Scarlet things that you've done?
Yes, they're upstairs. I did finish off. I've now got 4 SPC special patrol cars from Captain Scarlet, and the way that I've done them is to do the original red one. I've done a Captain Black, which is obviously a black one, and now I've done a Captain Blue and a Captain Brown. So I've got a range of 4 SPCs, and lo and behold, I will finally be able to put a video up on my channel because I've videoed it all now. So don't hold your breath. It should be done. Should be done after the weekend. I've just got some DMC headquarters DIY to finish off. We're having a new floor in the lobby, so we've got that to do. Go on, Laz, you want to say something?
Yes, I'm just reading the messages. John says, "Can you say hello to Janet? She's on with me tonight watching." Hello, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
I was going to come to that. So we've got. If we go back, we've got Jerry that's joined us. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening, Jerry.
Mick joined us. Good evening,
Hi, Jerry.
Mick. Good evening, John and Janet. Sounds like a book.
Yes.
Janet and John, yeah.
Janet and John, that was the one, wasn't it? Yeah, Janet and John. Good evening, Janet. Thanks for joining us, mate. Keep him in line. Ian saying, PJ, the back boat I got today had crinkly paper side decals on. I managed to carefully remove them and back them with double-sided tape. Replace them now. Look perfect. Oh, well done, mate. Yeah. That's he had he had the full size back copter as well sorry, I'm rambling a bit. I met up with Ian today, first time. And it was great to meet up with Ian and his mum. And we went to I went to Alfreton to meet them there. And we went to Mel's Collectibles, which is, you can find Mel's site on Facebook. He's got a Facebook site. And he's got a collectibles shop. Got loads of Thunderbirds things in there, Jerry Anderson stuff, and a ruck of Batmobiles. But he had the full-size Batcopter, which is like a 143 scale, complete with the crane that comes down as well. But what I didn't know was it was cash only, so I didn't got my card with me. But I should probably be going back again and or contacting Mel himself and just saying, hold it for me. I'm going to have that.
That's a bit of a nightmare, actually, PJ. I tell you, the difference between having a card machine in a shop and having a record shop. Yeah. My takings went from there to there when I got a card machine.
Well, it was unfortunate.
So many people just don't carry cash.
It sounds like it's making excuses. Like, but I had a £5 in my wallet, and at least I was able to buy some vinyl. I brought a double vinyl rock album, so
oh, nice,
a mix, eclectic mix.
But yeah, you just see it all the time now. People just don't carry cash.
Yeah. I prefer cash. I prefer cash. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's carrying it. You know what I mean? And it's inconvenient. You've got to drive half the time to a cash machine to get cash out. When if you've got your card, you just or your phone, away you go. Like,
yeah.
Russ is
with
an
actual phone app card reader now.
Yeah.
So
we could
okay, let me rephrase it. I only use cash. I don't use debit card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's you're a European man of mystery who is not allowed to carry cards and any kind of identification. Yes, we understand that, James Bond. So Russ has joined us. Good evening, Russ. Evening, all. Hope you are well. We are, my friend. Good to see you. The irregular regulars are all coming back tonight. It's good to see everybody.
Hello, Play Apps.
Jerry saying hello, Janet. Greetings from Canada. Nice touch. Janet said, thank you very much, everyone. Oh, you are more than welcome. Jerry saying, what is this cash thing you talk about? Yes, well, we've got some, Laz says we've got some strange people in the DMC, none stranger than him himself. So there we go. I'll be putting up a video early at the beginning of next week on the Midlife Models channel with my journey into the Spectrum Patrol cars. My thanks, as always, to those that took part in doing the TV or film event. The next one coming up is any American vehicle. You've got no excuses, Laz, for not doing it.
I will.
You can do an American vehicle.
I will.
Any excuse for me to do an Impala really is my go-to if I've got any left. I like doing Impalas. So we'll see. So that's coming up. I'll also be putting live soon the September event, our Paint It Blue event. Not because it's too early, but we can never do it early enough because it's a charity event, and we'll be publicising that. So forgive me for pushing it. We raised £400 last year. Over £400 last year, and to get anywhere close to that again would be phenomenal.
If you think
in and out, like there he is.
If you think, PJ, the on Facebook has 400 members. If everyone puts £1, that's more than 400.
Pound, yeah, that'd be great. Although one of their members is my mum. She's still no idea what Facebook is, so bless her. Good luck with that. I'm forever grateful for what people choose to donate. You know, it's the same with our benefactors.
If we all did a blue car, could we not put them up for auction?
That's what PB does from PB Restorations. He puts it on eBay.
Yeah.
And the funds from his eBay sale go to the.
Can we get on the bed with?
Or maybe we could just advertise it on the Facebook page for anyone that wants to buy any of them.
Yeah. I don't know. So, Kev says I'll be doing 2 Yanks for the May challenge. Good lad. Play up saying I Brian. So there you go. So what we'll do is we'll bring up our list of benefactors that we've got this month. Himself, Colin Turner.
I forgot again.
You're going to have to put 3 times in this month.
I forgot again.
Mr. Ian Ollie, Luke, Martin, Tony, Lee, Brian, John, Moz, Fraser, and Andy. Thank you, Andy, for joining the benefactors as well. It helps cover the cost of our license to be able to do this. It also helps us with hardware, which that's a story, isn't it? That's a story.
Can you thank me as well,
the printer? I did one. I think I got away with it.
Say again, lads.
Can you thank me as well, and I do tomorrow morning?
When I've seen some proof of your good work, you can't thank people before they've done anything. That's what we call putting the cart before the horse.
Just thank
preemptive
me.
Thank you.
Just thank me.
Oh, thank you, my love. You know,
I will do it. Maybe tonight.
We have between 3 of us, we've ordered a 3D scanner, not a 3D printer, an actual 3D scanner, and it's come from Germany. Now, I've got nothing against Germany, but it's probably the worst place that anybody in the UK wants to order anything from. Not because it's from Germany, but because when it gets over here, it gets held in customs. We're being held up by customs in Coventry. I could drive over to Coventry and fetch the bloody thing, like.
Brexit.
But we're now being held up because of custom charges. I've got no idea how much it's going to be. They're supposed to be sending a letter, but because it's obviously the Easter celebrations in the UK, limited postage as well. And my 21 days are running out before the thing gets sent back. So playing it by ear, kids. I'll let you know. We'll do an unboxing of this open scan.
On the upside, it should be 21 working days, so they might not count.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Well, they'd be pretty mean if they didn't.
Yeah. So that was one infuriation. Then my resin printer LCD screen packed up, so I had to send off for a replacement. That's coming from China, and you can actually see it going from province to province. If you've got this thing called Shop app, you can watch the trip this screen's taking, and it's going across many provinces in China before it actually gets to be distributed. So there was that. Not much joy with the PLA printer. It's been a miserable week for production parts this week, unfortunately. So apologies. So that was that. I think we've covered. Everything else. So what I've done, I've teed up a video. I'm going to mute the video, but I'll play it. And by all means, this is back in the day. This is going back to 4 years ago, when little PJ has started to play about with doing die-cast restorations. And this is how to drill and tap the posts. So I'm going to share a screen. So hopefully Laz and Bri can tell me whether they can see it. And if anybody's got any questions in the chat, we'll stop the video and we'll talk about it. And I'll do my best to do a bit of a new voiceover for it, because this was when I was a bit like that. And hello and welcome to Midlife Model. So anyway, so let's see if we can share the screen to start off, and we'll take it from there.
Yes, can see it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's expand it so it fills the screen. There we go. Right, I shall press play. So drilling and tapping the posts. So imagine plenty of music going on, blah blah blah. Yeah. So this is when I used to even go down the route of putting down what tools you'd need. So basically, we've got a matchbox vehicle there that we're going to drill and tap the posts, and in the four corners, it might be it's two corners. We've got the rivets. Now, there you go. So there's old PJ or younger PJ pointed out where the rivets are. So there's two there, and I think it's just a lug at the front, if I remember rightly, because I wasn't that daft. I was going to pick a complicated one. I'm going straight for the drill. Now it's interesting that it's gone straight for the drill. Now what I've learned to do since then is to get an automatic center punch. They're only £2 or £3 from. Let's see if I can bring everybody on board as well. There we go. I've brought a center punch since then, and they're only £2 or £3 from Tool Station. I do recommend you get one just to expand the pinhole that you're going to start drilling, and try and give yourself something stable to work on as well, because it can become quite wobbly if you're not careful, and then we start losing fingers and thumbs and things. So it's not the ideal way I'm holding it. Let's put it that way. But we live and learn. So we're drilling out the rivets out the posts.
Adam,
bless you.
Thank you.
Look at that, lads. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. What a con artist. So there you go. What you're looking for is an oversized drill that's just slightly bigger than the head of the rivet itself. And I'm probably explaining that. And I may end up changing the drill bit on this in a minute. Been a while since I've seen this. I hope this is all making sense to you, John. It was John that requested tapping and drilling. We must be getting close. Absolutely thrilling, this is. There's my Marvel lounge pants I can see I'm wearing there. That's been a while.
I was gonna say, is your PJ on?
Yeah, got me lounge pants.
PJ and PJs.
Yeah, yes. PJ and PJs. Yeah. So not quite. So the other thing that you're looking for is what's going on with Morton's?
You see, when I do the hole, I go a little bit round. So I tilt the drill bit a little bit, so it gets the edge as well. So I don't go I don't go in straight. I go a little bit sideways as well. So I rotate a little bit.
I mean, if you're careful enough, what you'll end up with is like a ring of metal, and then when as soon as it starts to form that ring that's going to break off, you're on the you're on the cusp of getting it right.
It's almost like one of those. It's like almost like the rivet when it's like that, but inverted. That you end up.
Yeah. Oh,
anytime soon, PJ.
Well. excuse the pun, but it's riveting. This is nice little toolkit. That is.
I think you're just showing off.
I think it is. Yeah, this isn't about taking the rivets off. This is look at my tools.
What did I buy?
Centre aisle at Lidl.
You wait till you see the pneumatic drill.
What did I?
John's asking PJ, how far do you go down?
How far to go down? Only it looks. There you go. There, look at that. It's like the bloke knows what he's talking about. How far do I go down? You're just going down about a mil.
It is. It's still the outside of the drill hits the edge of the base, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So what you can, I don't, you won't be able to see my mouse. I don't, or you might be able to see a hand. I don't know. But the chassis will start to appear through the rivet, if that makes sense, because the rivet will start to break away.
Yeah, you will see a little ring.
Yeah, a little ring.
Yeah.
And my recommendation is don't go fast.
Yeah.
Go slow.
Welcome
Go
back,
so
Mark.
slow. Hey, can you hear us, Martin?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're talking about drills and rivets and that kind of thing.
I see the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. So gently, easy monkey. Go slowly.
No, it's gently Bentley because John likes that.
Gently Bentley. Or smashy Jaggy. That's another one. Smashy Jaggy.
Wait,
Steady now. Some you'll have to do more work on. On some you can end up swapping the drill bits 2 or 3 times. This is only one method, by the way. There are other methods, and if anybody wants to do a video of them using burrs and things like that, knock yourself out and we'll show it.
Ian's
yeah,
saying,
you'll find.
sorry, Mark.
Go on, Mark.
Yeah, sorry. You'll find that the mushroomed head varies in size.
Yeah.
Depending on what presses they've been using at the factory. Sometimes you'll get one. So you might even have to cut to an 8mm drill. But the problems that I find sometimes is when the chassis's got a like a gearbox tunnel or something on it, or a chassis tunnel on it, and the rivet is buried in behind it. You know, so you've got to be a bit careful with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, drilling them out, you've got, like you say, you've got to use various different types of bits to take the top off. Easily, fair enough.
You can hit it. You can hit it on the head straight away, and it'll come on. And you get it right first time. Other times, you could be at it for ages. It's just whatever. Every vehicle is individual, but the same principle applies really. So Ian's saying the adjustable tension center punch from Draper, that was mine, and now is in the capable hands of Luke. Is the best that Luke has ever used. Don't bother with the cheap ones, not very strong springs. And we've been joined by Michael. Good evening, Michael. Good to see you, buddy.
Michael.
Well, good morning, Australia. Gently Bentley. Love it, says John to Martin. So yeah, so that's getting the thing apart. This is me pointing out the rivet post for whatever bizarre reason. So what you're looking to do is flatten the rivet post so it's there it goes, it's just disappeared, but flatten the rivet posts so they're just below the chassis. So once you've got your rivets out, you'll be left with a rough surface on your rivets. Just flatten them out so they're just below the surface of the chassis plate. Put them in a vise like I'm doing here, which is a bit bloody late because I should have done it when I was drilling them out, but that's besides the point. And where do we go from here? I think what we're going to end up doing is giving it a bit of a drilling now. Bit of lubrication. You can use oil or you can use petroleum jelly. Ooh, misses. And then what I've got is a 1.6mm drill. And I've put some tape around the drill so that it only goes in about 4mm. And the slower that you do this, the better. So a few turns, take it out, clean the drill bit off. Some will go straight through. You'll be fine. Look at Captain. Look at that. Look at the Iron Man. I can see Thor there. That's marvelous, isn't it? Great. Yeah.
Are you being sponsored by Parkside? Says Ross.
Or Marvel. I'm not sure. One or the other. I've no shame. That was a work. I think they called workbench. Is it workbench? Workforce, something like that. That's the not that's Aldi's version, Laz, of Parkside. So Lidl's
It
have
wasn't
got
me. It was
Parkside.
Ross. It was Ross saying if you are sponsored by.
Yeah, I wish, mate. I wish. That is a fantastic drill holder, manual drill holder. The bigger version. Have we got Martin back? He's having him. Let's kick that one out. So, bit of Vaseline and start to use a M2 tap.
Have you used? You know when you tap it, have you got?
Yeah,
Do you use 1, 2, 3, or you just use the third one?
I just go straight in. Yeah.
With the third one, yeah.
I mean, I've been doing with the third. What do you mean by the third one?
You know you got three bits for the tapping.
Oh no! I went onto Amazon and got 2 M2 taps in a bag. That was it.
Yeah, but you know the set is 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't. I've seen very few people do that.
Because in the school, when I used to learn how to do this, how to do the tapping and cutting the bars, we had to use one, you know, with the one bar on the bit, and then 2 bars, and then the third one had no bars, so that we knew that that's the third one, the finisher.
You cut in every thread. You cut in a thread each time on. Yeah, no, and I'm not trumpet blowing. I've only ever broke off one thread in what is it now, 5 years. But the thing is, when them threads break, you ain't getting them out. You're not going to drill it out. It's
you can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
it is a pain in the rear end. So you might as well just give up and glue it. Michael, your early days, yes, it was marvelous, really good lad, Russ. Kev's bangers, racing more too. Kev, more than
2 yanks, and you're playing with it.
Yeah, and we're joined by our good friend, Mr. Paul James from Pimp My Diecast.
Hi, Jomo.
Or Phil Me Pants, as we know him. Chubby whack whack. Yes. Obviously on the coffee again. Right. So again, bit of Vaseline in and out, wipe the thread off, put a bit of tape around it, so you know how deep you're going. And another tool that I've learned since then, or got since then, is a smaller pin vise than that big one there. Put a cocktail stick in, put a line on the cocktail stick, how deep I want it to go, and just measure the cocktail stick against the hole. And once I've hit that, job done. You know, you're good.
Does anyone know the difference in the actual types of M2 screws? Because I've seen several restorers that don't bother to cut the thread; they just drill the hole and let the screw cut its own thread.
You get some self tappers.
Self tappers.
Yeah. I've never used self tappers. You've also got you can use a domed posi drive.
Right.
You can use a chamfered. It sinks in flat. It sinks in flat with the chassis.
Because I was told if you run
Pimpy, evening, JMO. Evening, just finished work. This sounds like porn. Well, there you go. So there you go. There's some. That's an M2 bolt, and all I'm going to do is just test fit it with this little screwdriver, little posi driver. I've gone to slotted bolts since then. I don't know why. Well, I think I do because they were bloody cheaper. There's an engineering company down south, down Devon way, that I've got the parts from,
right,
or the nuts and bolts from.
I used to like tapping. You see, I don't like it anymore.
it's satisfying when you've done it. You know, it's
Yeah,
time
but-
consuming.
But I just don't like using it anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't
And-
look right on an old Matchbox.
No. Well, nothing's going to look right with a great sucking bolt in it.
I don't know how true it is, but a friend who does a bit of restoring as well said about if you ever run short of screws, and if you see any old PCs dumped, there's loads of M2 screws in PCs, putting them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can grab a few from those, or if you've got any old PC parts lurking around.
So this is just so there's a lug on the front of this.
You rebel.
Yeah. So I picked an easier model. So 2 screws in the back end. So Ian, I've just noticed Ian saying, "I've never tapped a post on a model in my life. Always used 3-in-1 litre oil and self tappers." Jerry, slotted screws, you rebel. Yeah, go me. But there you go. It's all about patience. This game with the threading and tapping. Don't go nuts at it. The slower you can, it's nice to watch the burr come off as you drill it, but you'll only get that if you drill at a slow speed. Sometimes if you drill at a fast speed, you just feel like you're getting nowhere.
You can always take more off, but you can't put it back
Yeah,
on.
you can't put it back.
Yes. Yeah.
I've only broken a tap once, and I've only drilled through a body once. So you learn your lesson pretty quickly if you don't want to ruin your models. And that's dum da 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 dum job done. So I hope that is of some use to anybody who
Brilliant.
wants to have a go at doing it.
And while he's not here and we can talk about him, can I just say, brilliant job from Martin putting a video up where something went wrong.
Yes,
Most
Yes.
people would have been that. The nice thing
I
about
would.
that is if he can get it wrong, anyone can get it
anybody
wrong.
can get it
Yes.
wrong, yeah.
So more power to Martin for doing that.
It's not always. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's not always going well. Yeah. I've been the Britain's motorbike. It just snapped half. I was so angry. I just binned it.
Well, even my first feeble attempt, my camera was off more than it was on. Because I set it up to film, and I was right. Oh, on this time I'm doing this, I'm not right. And when I looked, the counter hadn't moved. And then I started. So I actually recorded when I was making a cup of tea. But I wasn't filming anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I sometimes wonder if you're doing it in conjunction with running a YouTube channel, your concentration is not fully on the restoration. You
I
have
don't
to
know if you
split
get
it
this,
with.
You're so aware of where your hands are in relation to the camera, and have I got the model like this? So hang on. So you're seeing that or that instead of seeing that. It's so difficult to get it in frame because you're concentrating on what you're talking about, and you end up with a picture like this. It's like,
You'll not win. Whatever your choice is, you'll not win.
No.
Some people will say, like Martin does, he puts the camera in front of him so you can see what's in front of him.
Mhm.
Other people will say, can you put the camera face down, above your head so that you can see, a bit like Vision On or Magpie or things like that. And back in the
one I
day,
made earlier.
yeah, it is one I made there, Blue Peter like, or you can have it from the side. So whichever way you do it, somebody will go, "Oh, that's better," and somebody else will go,
"Oh, I don't like
well,
that.
can we have it from there?" And then you'll the other one. What's the other one? Music.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Do you want music? Put some music behind your videos. Then the next one will say, "I don't like music behind the videos."
Yeah, more.
Why aren't you talking?
Fraser don't like jazz. When I put jazz,
Fraser doesn't like music.
Yeah, he don't like jazz, but I like jazz.
But there's certain things when you're doing stuff, and it'd be great to just have a snippet of music. But if you insert anything, you're going to get a copyright strike.
No,
it's so frustrating.
You can use free music from YouTube.
No, I get that, lads. What I'm saying is, you might pull up, I don't know, the Saints car, and think, and you might want to
Yeah.
do, but you can't because you're
Yes,
just going to
yes.
get aggro.
Yeah,
It's
I was
frustrating.
thinking
But I'd like
when I had Hot Wheels Star Wars
Mhm.
on the blister, I was thinking I will go dun 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 dun, but I said I can't do it because
No.
they're gonna
But it
copy
makes you
strike.
wonder how they get away with just people who just put up music videos all the time. On their own.
They're not
That's the-
monetized.
No, I suppose.
you know, yeah. And then when they get up to 2000, the problem is, if you get to the point where you do get monetized, they can go over your back catalogue and you'll get a fine against the back catalogue. So be careful what you're doing.
Yeah.
What we're getting in the chat, we're getting JMO, many forms of M2 screws. You can even get Allen key heads. Yes, you can. I can remember.
Yeah.
Was it Marty that used Allen key heads on his
Yes,
screws?
it did.
Jerry, slotted screws, you rebel. You've got down to the screws from old laptop works well, says Michael. Money shot. John, cheers PJ for explaining it. Appreciate it. Fantastic video. It's of its time, John, but it kind of serves a purpose, thankfully. Thanks for your kind words, and I hope it helps you out a bit. J-Mo saying, I'll tap a few threads then and let the screw do the work. I mean, we're not talking drilling for oil. We're only talking about 3 or 4 mil. But you can also have some very narrow posts on some of the Matchbox toys. Very narrow. Mate, we all mess up. Yes, we do, my friend. We all mess up. Mart, you hear us? Martin, can you hear
Hello,
us?
mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us? Yeah. Do you want anything you want to add to the tapping and threading conversation?
I can't hear. I can hardly hear you, mate. You're just
All right.
in and out. I can see it, but I
All
can't
right.
hardly hear you. So I'll just I'll just sit and see what happens and see if it keeps telling me, oops, connection lost, reconnecting. Oops, connection lost, reconnecting. I mean, that's his restream. I mean, yesterday it was fine on the whatever you Teams, but tonight on this restream it keeps kicking me off. I actually went on YouTube to have a look at it live, and I could see it live, and I could hear it live, and I was watching it live. But when I come on the restream, it just whoops, connection lost. Yeah,
don't have the two running at the same time because you'll end up using your graphics up. That'll be a problem as well. The show is amazing. Oh no, who could have said that? Only Laz's mum could have said that. Bless you. Hello, Laz's mum.
She's off to bed. She's off to bed now.
She's off to bed.
Yeah.
It's amazing how she's writing, yet she's off to bed at the same time.
No, it was me on her phone, but she's off to bed now.
That's how good the show is. Loving it.
Regular, they are lying. Yes, they are. Absolutely, Jamie. Jamie said, I've got a copyright strike for using a still image off Google Images. Right.
Well, that's me screwed then.
So Russ is saying, what length M2 screws do you use?
I use 4 millimeter. Right, I use 4 millimeter.
M2 before. There is a 6 mil version as well.
Martin said, I use 4 millimeter. I will use 4 millimeter. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's it. Done and dusted. I made me point. I'm off. Right. 4 millimeter.
You just need to get it through the base, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, you can also. I'll tell you what I did get recently. I remember from back in the day when you used to mess around with your own car, the copper thread that you can get in a tube. So put some of that around the bolt as well if you want it. It's like the mechanics version of super glue, really, for bolts. So it's worth getting some of that.
That chemical metal's pretty good as well.
Right. Okay.
If if you do a thread that's gone in at the wrong angle for whatever chemical metal, it's literally as hard as the stuff the cars are made of.
Right. Okay. What length empty? So can you read what? How many fingers Jerry holding up? So there you go. So if anybody's got any, if anybody wants to put a video together, we'll show it on. Doesn't matter. It's not just us. It's not the hosts. Anybody in the chat's got a video they want to send over, we'll bring it up and we'll talk about it. Any questions like John had got, we don't mind going over stuff once again. What we're here for, to give advice. So there we go. Round robin. Anything else you want to add in general, Laz? What's been going on otherwise? Anything like that?
No, I think this was quite good. I couldn't see much really, but it was really precise how you done it, and I loved your PJ.
Yes. I should change my trousers for the next one. Bryce, any other bits and bobs to add on to the tapping and threading that you?
A couple of the Matchbox that I've done that I haven't done videos for, I try and get so that it just breaks it's almost like surface tension. So that rivet going through like that, there we go, there has literally just gone to the very top, because sometimes you can just click them back and not even bother with tapping and dyeing. You can actually get, and then like a little tiny smear with a cocktail stick and some super glue, it will stay, and it actually looks very original.
I add to this, Brian. I don't use, because most of the time I paint the base.
Yep.
And if you put super glue, it's gonna go white.
Right.
Well,
I don't put it on the base. I put it on so it effectively holds it from underneath.
Yeah, it's just the problem with the super glue is it fumes, so you can actually mess up the windscreen inside as well if the fume goes that way.
Not that problem, but yeah.
What I use is the craft glue, which dries clear.
Right.
That's what I use, and that's strong enough. It dries a bit slower than the super glue, but I had so much problem with the super glue. It goes white. It takes the shine off from the paint. So I rather just put a little bit this craft glue, leave the car for half an hour. It dries off and it's clear, and you can't even see. Sometimes, yeah, you're right. It looks really original.
Well, if paint the inside of the car as well, what I'm trying to get over to is this: if that's the spindle base and that's the rivet, I try and get that so that is what pushes through, and I actually put the glue on the fat bit, so the glue's underneath it, and the body closes down onto it. So that's what goes back. That bit goes back through the hole.
Yeah,
and the glue is only on underneath. So it shouldn't be seen from that way. So the base comes up like that.
Absolute nightmare, unfortunately.
He is, isn't he? I wonder if he could restart his router.
Yeah. Get yourself prepared, Mr. James. Put your t-shirt on. We may be giving you a call anytime soon. We'll give Martin one more chance, and I'll probably suggest to him that he leaves it this week till he's back down home. He's not having a good time when he goes up there.
I might be off PJ as well in a few minutes.
All right. Well, we can chop and change. It's nice that we've got enough people now that we can bring a few other people in. I don't know what Michael's up to. We'll see if Michael's available. We might bring Michael on board as well. So we've got. Do you want to log now before we start doing this quiz, Laz, or do you want to?
I like the quiz.
You like the quiz?
I have a few questions, and then I will shoot off. And
I'm just a minute. I'm just trying to play for time. Well, I hate to lose Martin.
Shall I do a little cat interlude?
Cat interlude.
Oh.
That's what we need. We need a bit of moggy fun.
Kitty.
Yes.
I've got the dog here as well. She came next to me.
She's gone.
Hi. I am in the stalls.
Right. So, Martin, we're gonna bring JMO on board. So stick in the chat, mate. Yeah, to tell fate matchbox. We'll pull Mark. We'll perhaps pull Mark in a bit when it depends how long Lars on for. So let me send a link to JMO. Bear with us, chaps. Professional, aren't we? Got to keep the show on the road. Where are you, Paul? Anybody's got any questions? By all means, shout now.
I'll just show some cars while you're.
Nice.
Show some pictures of cars, yeah. Right, I sent to JMO a link. There's a link in Messenger, JMO. Click on it for me, son.
Couple of lovely Landies.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's the short one.
Yeah, Michael's there as well. So
Morris Traveller.
let's send.
That's a nice book. That's a nice book.
It's a lot.
All friends.
Considering I hadn't bought it, I was amazed to get it, lads.
Yeah, I like these books. Yeah, I would like to get the Dinky Toys one. What Martin has.
I got it. I managed to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice book.
Oh, nice truck there.
I like these shorts.
Has he got a shirt on? Yes, he has. Bless him.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
me,
you.
brother?
Evening, PJ.
Oh,
How are you, love?
I'm all right.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. I'll just switch off my YouTube.
Yeah. I recognise some of them voices.
Is it Leslie Low Collectibles you're watching?
No, but I was watching this on YouTube.
Good lad. Well, before we move on, you've been following the conversation, I take it. So, anything
I've
you want
only
to add?
just got in from work, PJ.
That's all right. Anything you want to add to tapping and drilling?
Just that I put on it. Another trick I use, you'll get quite often on small posts where you'll blow them. It's handy to have longer M2 screws, like 6 milli plus. So if you break a tap or you blow the post, you can saw further down, re-drill again, tap, and you can reach it with a longer screw.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, brilliant question. I like this. Sorry, I'll just nip into the chat from. Thanks, Paul. Well, thanks for joining us more than anything else.
Yeah, no worries.
Michael says, I'm here. I've sent Michael an invitation, so if Michael pops on, he can join us. Russ, we're all friends here. Yes, we are. Professional, never, says Michael. Very nice, Brian. Love the book, says John. Jerry, brilliant question. What is the unicorn car missing from your collection, guys? Ooh, I like the question. Laz, your ultimate, if money's no object, we're not talking about real life cars, obviously, because we'd all have a Maserati or something like that. If you could get hold of any Matchbox, Majorette.
I think I have a few Matchboxes from the Lesney era I never had before. So I think those are the ones, because I do a lot of Matchbox cars, especially Lesneys or Lenses, as I used to say, and JMO corrected me.
Yeah, so, lenses.
Yeah, so I do a lot of cars from the Lesney area, and there are a few. I can't remember now, but I know when I watched the book, when I looked the book, that there are a few cars I never had. So possibly one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, Michael. Michael's joined us.
Evening, Michael.
You know what? The best thing about it is it actually says on the screen, so I don't have to try and remember. Diecast Salvage in Gravesend, Australia. I think every year he just swaps the words about and confuses, just to confuse me. But welcome, Michael. Good to see you, buddy. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Michael's obviously in Australia, so he's got a better signal in Australia than Dare's got in Skegness, in Mablethorpe, which is ironic, really. But there you go. Bless Martin. He's still in the. Martin's saying, mine is the Dinky Toys Airflow. So he's still with us, bless him. In spirit and in text, Martin's still with us. Good on you, buddy. So the question, Brian, money, no object. What are you going for? What's missing from your collection?
Well, there's a lot missing. Personally, just favourite. I'd love, and I know they're out there, and I know they're not particularly massively valuable, but I would love to get a really good Ford Corsair, dinky Ford Corsair.
Oh, sure.
Because it was probably my dad's favourite car. I've got Ian managed to track me down a Car Armour one, which is a lovely, lovely model. But I would dearly love the one where you press the button underneath the bonnet and it opens up the bonnet on the dinky one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that one for dinky, and possibly on the Matchbox front. Strangely enough, I'd really like to get a pipe truck with the pipes, or a sight hut truck with an original sight hut.
Oh, we might be able to solve that problem for you in the coming.
Easily pleased.
easily
Nothing
pleased.
flash.
He said Brian said original site hut, not a reproduction.
I wasn't going to tell it. I wasn't going to tell him I 3D printed the pipe.
Yeah, if I don't look, I won't know.
Yeah, big mouth. Jeez. JMO.
I've got to keep people on them.
It's hard to say because I've got pretty much all my. I've got everything I wanted that I had when I was a kid. I've got about 1,500 cars altogether, something. But one I was chasing, I come across a bit ago, which was the Matchbox Daft truck, complete with a ramp and all the palletized goods on it and the stacker. I've got that complete set. But if one I were chasing, and I always get outbid on it, and I'm after eventually an Acuria Cossie transporter.
Right.
The Corgi.
Is that a 143 scale?
Yeah, the Corgi 143rd Acuria Cossie racing car transporter.
Oh, right, okay. Michael, have you got a go-to that you're missing in your
Yes,
collection?
yes. It's a Gamma Fawn truck.
A Gamma.
It's AUN. I'm just. Yep. I'm just trying to. There it is. I'm just trying to bring up a picture of it. It's
Where's that gone?
wrong way around, of course.
All right.
That one there. It's the tractor gets away from the trailer. The container lid opens up. The rear door opens. Beautiful little truck. And I'd like to know what my sister has done with it.
Oh, sibling rivalry, and that's not going to end
Well,
well.
there was the thing when, because she said that I smashed my cars up. But then again, that was 55 years ago. Right?
Yeah, but it only feels like yesterday when you're talking about your siblings, doesn't it?
You don't let it lie, do they?
Very much so. Yeah, I told them many times, get your own toy cars. These are mine. Like, if I want to do Smash Up Derby, I'll do Smash Up Derby.
He's not letting it go, is he?
Still got him now. For me, it's the most people know now I'm a Jerry Anderson stroke Batmobile nut. So for me, it's the Ed Straker car from UFO. I've pretty much got every other model, although some of them are still in pieces that need completing. Me and Briar are battling to see who can create a squad of Shadow Mobiles or Interceptors first. We've both got three of each. I'd like to do mine. Well, the Interceptors I'd like to do in studio colours as opposed to like if you watch if you go into the gallery playlist, Ian uploaded a studio version of the Interceptor that's in this month's gallery for the TV and film event. I've got one that I started doing and I've scratched it since then. Don't leave models. Do not finish a model. It's the worst thing you can do, because by the time you get round to doing it again, you've caused it more bloody scratches than when you started. So always complete your models is my advice. But yeah, the Ed Straker. But I think it was the yellow one that Ian sent to you, Bri, was it?
No, the one I sent to Ian.
The one that you sent to Ian.
I managed to track it down.
Yeah, that is good. I've never seen one of them before. That is gorgeous. But yeah, I'd
So
settle
lucky with that
settle
one.
for the gold one.
You know, it just come up at the right price.
Yeah. But they're like as Jerry says in the question, what's your unicorn car? They are very hard to come by. Well, at a decent price, let's put it that way.
There's one floating around, a gold one for 40 quid at the moment.
Yeah, that's about the ballpark figure.
40 quid, yeah.
Batmobiles, when we went into Mel's today, Batmobiles were between £39 and £45. But as I was talking to Ian, there were certain things missing off one that weren't, I don't know, like an aerial or the siren, this kind of thing. Little bits were missing. There was a couple of complete ones there. But so you talk about £45 for a good Batmobile.
Yeah.
And then you've got, we talked about this a few weeks ago. If you buy one, how much does it cost you to get it up to speed? You could be adding another 10, 15 quid on, depending on what parts are missing.
Did you get a Sam's car in the end?
No, that's it's my unicorn is Ed's car.
Right.
My nice to have, you know,
Yeah.
would be Sam's car as well to go to finish.
The one don't mention. I bought. He was going back a bit, and I couldn't grumble because I got such an outstanding deal. But there were a box of cars advertised on eBay, and the guy that was selling them, he couldn't be asked taking them out of the box. He just photographed the top layer, and I could see a monkey mobile, dinky police cars, various things. And I looked, he actually had one out. And he took Sam's car out and he'd photographed it. Now, I don't know whether he discovered, oh, that's worth a bit, or my mate went, fuck him, I'm pilfering that off him. But, excuse the French, but yeah, it went missing in between. I weren't that bothered because I got a box of about 100 dinky Matchbox, Corgi, all the classic 60s stuff and that, and it were about 20 quid.
I think the first time that we went to Stafford, that couple of years ago now, you could spend 40 to 50 quid on a pile of, forgive the phrase, pile of junk, but it's a pile of junk that you wanted to work on as projects. But now, I think I'd be going back with that 45 quid, possibly just to get one car. You've got all your project vehicles like that. We're never going to fit. I mean, we've all admitted this to each other. You're never going to complete all the models you've got. I mean, Laz and Michael and Jane have got enough to last all of us a lifetime. But now it's the really wants nice to have unicorn cars like Jerry's saying. I'd like
you
to
never finish them, PJ, because
no.
You think, oh, I'll go on eBay, and you go, oh, shiny, I'll have some of them.
Shiny.
Next thing you know, there's a parcel at your door again.
Like, no, that's usually somebody saying on a Friday night, have you seen this tool that's come out? It's a brand new lathe that's never been it's brand new, only just invented. Well, better have one of them. That's the worst thing I'm at.
But it doesn't matter how focused you are either. I came in with the very clear intention of just saying, I need these are the ones that I had. I want to replace them. But
Yeah.
then because it's so cheap to buy a job lot to get 2 or 3 cars that you've spotted in there, like that plastic box a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
I spotted that there was a Eagle transporter sticking out the back of it. You know, you end up buying a load of stuff that you didn't particularly want.
I very rarely buy anything single.
Mm.
And to be honest, I've had sometimes if you look for job lots, you can hit on them, and I don't know why, but nobody else bids on them. I've got three Army tankers there delivered today. Nobody bothered bidding on them. £9.
It's personal taste, isn't it? You know, the majority that go to the toy collectors fair, it's the you know the
Well,
thing,
that's what I'm saying.
It's in the name of the fair. It's a collector's fair, not a restorer's fair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. eBay can be a weird place.
Yeah,
You can go on, and sometimes you can get a job lot of dinkies and cargies dirt cheap. It's getting less and less nowadays, but sometimes you can still go on and have the bargain.
Do you ever look at them photos and think, well, it's a job lot? Do you think, I hope they haven't seen this? I'm going to be in it. And you know, like thousands of people have.
Thousands of people have.
Yeah,
Sometimes what I do, PJ, especially for model railway stuff, I got a box of American HO locomotives. And good kit, it's Athens American stuff. And it were about 30 quid, and nobody else bid. Because the guy that put it on, they were all blurred pictures. But because I knew what I was looking at, I thought I'll take a punt on them. And how much they've gone up in value now, I've got about 400 quid's worth of locos.
It is strange how some lots just don't get bid on or picked up on eBay.
Gentlemen, I shoot off. I should
Okay,
I'll
lad.
see you. Yeah, I'll see you next time.
All right, my friend. Have a good weekend.
Have
Have
a
a
good
good
weekend.
Easter, lad.
Love
Happy
and best
Easter.
wishes to the family, mate.
And have fun.
You will.
Bye, guys.
We will.
Take care, mate.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I can leave.
The thing with
Lad says goodbye and we lose Martin again. There
the thing with prices, whether it be eBay or somewhere else, like a lot of the Facebook groups, like in Corgi Restorations or DQ, people come up and say, "Oh, what's this worth?" And my constant reply is, "How long's a piece of string?" Because you're never going to find out.
No.
Right? It's only worth whatever you're willing to sell it for, and whatever somebody is willing to pay it for it.
Yeah.
So one day you might go for 5 quid, the next day you might go for 50 quid, the following day you might only go for 50p.
Yeah, it depends.
You just can never tell on an auction site. You can never tell.
No, it depends who goes in sometimes, and if they have cash on the it.
Yeah.
And then if you get 2 of them that want the same thing,
purchases are a
you can get silly bids.
Well, that's what I'm saying. One day you'll get 50p for it.
Yeah.
Another day you'll get 500 quid for it. It depends on who's in there at the time. So look at your house sales, your property sales. Right, when they do the reporting of it, one time I'll say there was only 26% of the houses sold on auction that weekend. The following week there was 80%.
I'll tell you a trend.
It all depends on who's in the time and who's got the money.
I'll tell you a trend recently, Michael, that really pisses me. I don't know whether you get it in Oz, but it really pisses me off over here.
Potty mouth.
Like you get, sorry, pal, but you get people and it's charity shops and stuff. The old days at charity shops. They've listed stuff, and then you win it because they haven't put a reserve on it, and they'll go, "Oh, we can't find it," or "Oh, we've lost it," or "Oh." And I've sent a message to them. No, you haven't. You didn't get what you wanted for it. I said, if you put in stuff online and you want a price, set your reserve.
Yeah, that's naughty. That is.
It's out of order because you won it.
Oh,
You should
This is
be.
not-
that's what's called clickbait.
And that happens a lot.
That's what's called clickbait, and that's illegal. Even in the UK, that's illegal. It's called clickbait.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, charities haven't got a
All you got to do is report.
Yeah.
right. Russ, it was Jerry that asked the question. What's your unicorn vehicle? And anybody in the chat, what's your unicorn vehicle that you're after? Ian, Mark, Mick, Kev, what you after that you haven't got? Let us know in the chat. People saying good night to Laz. Russ saying, JMO, Corgi Models Club are reissuing the blue racing car transporter.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
I'm
are.
not interested
That's
in it.
coming out.
No,
I'm
but
not interested in it.
Coming out later.
what it might mean though, JMO, is that people that have got it go out and buy a new one might sell the old ones.
Well, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't think people will part with a genuine Corgi, though, for a Chinese repo.
Depends how good it is, I guess.
Ian saying Corgi did a nice 70s release in the early 2000s of the Sweeney Consul Granada and the Persuaders Aston Martin. I'd like to get both. There you go. Martin saying he'd like the Ertl Postman Pat van. Yeah, great softy.
Oxford Diecasts did Regan's Granada in 176 scale.
Right.
I've got one for me layout.
Somehow we've managed to con people into watching this for an hour and a half now, which I've always felt a little bit guilty about. I don't know why. However, we have a
the thing with the Corgi model clubs and the Agastinis and things like that. The old style collectors or our age collectors, right, which are true collectors, maybe like Ian, is they will only get the reproduction ones if they're missing it from the current collection of the originals. Most of them, the rivet counter type things will only go for originals.
John
Opposed to
saying,
reproduction.
But if you look at more modern Corgis, even when Corgi was still going, from the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, the old devalues, it's getting a bit better now. But once you get into the 80s, 90s, like, they're not as interested in
got
them.
no interest in no. I haven't got much interest. I haven't got.
That's the change when Mattel came in and started taking over a lot of the stuff.
I lost a lot
Right,
of
when
interest.
everything went over to the super fast type wheels, and everything was going into the racing as opposed to the imagination. That's what we used to do as kids. It's all playing in the sand pit, burying our cars, smashing them up with hammers so they looked like they were really smashed up. Right.
I don't know. I know somebody who's made a YouTube channel on the back of doing that. Haven't you, Kev?
Mentioning no names.
Not mentioning no names, and he's done a bloody good job about it as well.
The thing with Kev's is his body lines on these cars are still straight.
Yeah,
they're not. So the bumpers are missing. Yes, that's right. The screens are missing. Yes, they've got a nice paint job with the, as they first come onto the track. right? That's how he's got them, which is nice. Right? But so if he puts a bit of heat to them, right, he can make them look like when they come off the track at the end of the night's race.
And the thing is, Michael, there's so many junkers out there, and particularly for 80s, 90s car, that they don't do the spurs for anyway, and they've got parts missing. I don't mind make bangers out of them.
So John's saying the Transit van, the old type. Jerry's saying I want a cozy car transporter. Cozy, Jamo, if I got pronounced that.
Ecos.
Let's have a look.
Ecosecuri.
Ecosecuri.
Car transporter. Kev, mine would have been any diecast Mark II Ford Granada. Okay. And Martin saying, why did Ford drop the console name from the Granada? I don't know. I'd expect him to tell us. Could do that, Michael, says Kev. Right. Boys, stand by your beds. It's quiz time.
Woohoo!
Now, we've had reports that some people love this and some people think it's a bit silly. Well, if you think it's a bit silly, we're going to do it anyway. So here we go. Stand by.
I want to compile one anyway at some point.
Yes. Nobody will probably be able to answer yours, but we've gone with a bit of fun.
Are there any people out there, PJ, that like it because it's silly?
I'm hoping so. So this question and answers are based on vehicles appearing in a film or film-related vehicles, that kind of thing. So question one. Now, the obvious answer isn't always the right answer. I'll say that. So in some cases...
Oh, here we go.
In some cases, you need to name the model, right? It's not just good saying Ford. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a little bit more to it than just the obvious. And I'll give you a prime example. And if people get this right, I'll point out why. What car did Doc Brown convert into a time machine in Back to the Future? Be careful, think about it before you just go ranting and raving about what you're answering.
I know what it is, but it has a number as well as the initials.
Right, so Michael's obviously very confident about he knows what it is. So is Bri. Go on, Michael, you put your hand up first.
Well, I don't know what the numbers on it. I was going to say a DMC DeLorean.
I'm going to give you two. If it was a 3-pointer, I'd give you 2 out of 3. There is a.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know the number.
Brian,
DMC 12 DeLorean.
Jamo.
I thought it was 14. I know there's a.
Right. I'm going to keep this short because if we don't, people will be Googling it quicker than I can give the answers out. It is. Michael gets 2 points. Jamo gets a point, but Bri gets 3. It is the DeLorean DMC 12. So not quite as simple as a question as you think, that one. Number 2. What make and model is James Bond's famous car in Goldfinger?
Ooh.
That's most people think. Everybody's a bit cautious now.
Aston Martin DB5 Superlegra.
I think it's a DB4.
It all depends on how deep you really want, how finite you want to go with your thing. It's just like the modern day racing. They take it down to the 100 milliseconds.
No,
you want to go down that far, or do you just want to go to a general
Michael.
two-section part?
We're not going down.
Yes, I know.
What I'll say is this: if your answer covers what I've got here, then fair dues, right? So,
Well, if you're using AI, we'll never get it finished.
Brian, go on,
I'm
mate.
pretty sure it's a DB4, not a DB5.
You're wrong. JMO?
Aston Martin DB5 with super
Michael?
Legra bodywork.
I'm going to give it.
Well, I don't know about a bodywork. As far as I know, it's a DB5.
Right.
The bodywork used was built onto tubing.
Right. Well, let's get through these. Kev, Aston Martin DB5. Same with Ian. Same with Mart. Same with John. Same with Jerry. It is the Aston Martin DB5. Yeah. With modifications. Yeah, it's not in the model type. So JMO and Kev pointing out there are modifications to it. Right. Question 4. What vehicle? Strange question, but how it's set, but
Question
it's
3.
quite right. What vehicle is the main setting of an action in the film Speed from 1994? Yes, I know it's a particular type of vehicle, but extra points if you know what particular type of
The
vehicle.
first series, first one, second one.
1994 Speed.
So I'm presuming that'll be the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah, well, it'd be a Greyhound Buzz, wouldn't it?
Nope. Michael.
It's a GMC city bus.
Brian.
I think it's just a city bus. GMC.
What have we got? Paul Wilshire Models has joined us. Good evening, Paul. Thanks for coming, mate. And thanks for joining in. Good to see you.
I was too busy looking at Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, what model is Sandra Bullock? Well, I can tell you the fiction.
Yeah, they got that. She was wearing brown boots.
Sandra Bullock, what an amazing woman that she is. So we've got Paul saying a bus, Kev saying a bus, Jerry saying a GMC fishbowl bus, Ian saying I've never watched any of them. The answer that I've got here, so that's we've had five irregulars. Answer is a city bus. So the action takes place mostly on a speeding bus in Speed.
Yes, but it is actually a
city
city
bus.
bus.
So, well, I'm just going with what the answer is. If you've covered city bus, you've covered it. What's the name of the question 5? What's the name of the futuristic police car in Blade Runner?
Never watched it.
Never watched it.
Idea.
Oh,
I can tell you it hovers and flies.
Well, then it has
This
to be
is
that.
left field. This is yeah. You got to be a fan of the movie to get this
the bit that annoys me is I've heard it, but I can't bring it to front of my mind.
I'll give you, Jamie. I'll give you a clue.
Well, all you need to do, Joe, now is stick your tongue out because that's where it is. It's on the tip of your tongue. So stick it out, then we can all read it.
There was a group. There was a group in the 60s that was called these. A bit like the Bachelors, but they were called something else.
Mm-hmm. Detroit.
Nope.
No, think about it. Detroit.
Detroit. Yes, I think you're right.
No idea. Pass.
Yeah, we've got a lot.
Having a clue.
Oh, this is all right. So it's not all questions for 5-year-olds.
Don't know that one.
Haven't a clue. Pass.
No, I've not got that one.
Spinner.
Lazaro Collectibles has been googling. Don't know that one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It is the Spinner.
Try it.
It is the Spinner.
Wow.
I only saw that film once years ago. Says Kev. Right. Okay, one for the 5-year-olds to bring everybody back on track and feel like they're not just joined Mastermind. What is the name of the sentient Volkswagen Beetle in Disney film series?
Repeat that again.
What is the name of the sentient Volkswagen Beetle in a Disney film series?
What's sentient mean?
Well, that'd be-
Live. You can think. Have you not seen Star Trek? Get with the beat, Baggy.
All right, I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Herbie, isn't it?
Herbie.
Michael.
It's 1960. Well, depending on
Says,
which.
what's his
which
bloody name? Not what's its description.
I can tell you what number it was.
it's
53.
Herbie the Love Bug was the original movie. Then we had Herbie Went Bananas. Then we had Herbie Went to Monte Carlo. Then we had Herbie Rides Again.
The first one with the
Oh, you missed
what
it.
else we
Oh,
had?
you've got the point.
Yeah, the first one was the Love Bug, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the car number was 53.
It is. It is Herbie. I mean, still, let's not complicate
It had a second name of Ocho.
Right. If you've got that much detail, you'll get this one. No problem then. In Mad Max Fury Road, what is the name of Immortan Joe's massive war vehicle?
Fury Road's the recent one, isn't it, with Tom
Yeah,
Hardy?
yeah.
No, I've not seen it.
Right, that shut the Aussie up for a start off.
No,
No.
that's got me.
That's because Mad Max original was in Australia. The first after Thunderdome was in America. Right, it all became Americanized, so it wasn't Australian anymore.
Do you know the answer?
That's why you get your gasoline and things like that out.
Do you know
I
the
only got up to
No, I
Mad
don't,
Max.
because I don't want to.
I only got up to Mad Max 2, where
It
he
was-
chopped his fingers off with boomerang.
what we got here? What was the tyre size? Says Martin. Never seen it, says Kev. The guys that all said Herbie, obviously, yes, guys, you got it right. The Taint Runner 3000, says Jerry. It was called the Giga Horse in Morton Joe's war rig in Fury Road. Okay.
Cool.
Was that the one with the two Cadillacs on top of each other?
I don't know. Never seen it, says John. This is going to be interesting. I know that what we call this popularly, but do people know the actual car itself? What make and model? What car is used in Ghostbusters as their main transport?
I think
Right, we've scared Brian off. He's done a runner.
possibly Cadillac Superior ambulance.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 4 points there. Michael?
Well, they called it Ecto-1.
Yeah.
And it was a Cadillac, but it was a main or main line or something like that. They called it. I can't remember the full name of it.
You've got 1 out of 4. Anybody in the chat? So I'll repeat the question to give people a chance. What car is used in Ghostbusters as their main transport? Brian's back. John saying Cadillac ambulance. Jerry saying a Pontiac ambulance. Okay. I'm going to give Jerry and John a point apiece for getting ambulance. No, 2 to John for Cadillac ambulance. Cadillac Superior. Rush, you get a point. Cadillac, says Paul Wiltshire. 1 point for Paul. Brian, we'll wait for Brian to get back on board.
Sorry about that, chap.
That's all right, mate. I'll give you a chance to get back. Do you know the vehicle type of Ecto-1 in Ghostbusters?
Oh, it's a Cadillac, isn't it? Cadillac, is it Eldorado? No, not Eldorado. No, what is it?
Give you a point for Cadillac.
Eldorado, Cadillac Eldorado.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a point.
No, okay.
Cadillac Ambulance, 59-ish, says Kev. I'll give you 2 for that. It is a Cadillac Miller Meteor ambulance from 1959. I'll give Kev the extra point for 1959. Good call, Kev. One of my favourite films coming up next. What make it's all related to diecast in some way, shape, or form. You can get most of these as models. Well, that's my tenuous link to why we're doing this quiz. What make and model was the car Christine in the horror film by the same name? Stinker.
don't just make a model.
Make, model. Oh, yeah, I'll give you an extra point, Joe, if you get the year right.
57 Plymouth Fury.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. I'll give you 2 out of 3 for that one.
That's the year that's wrong then.
Michael?
Yeah, I would have said a 56 Plymouth Fury.
56. I'll give you 2 out of 3.
I think it's later than that. It's either 58 or 59. 58.
Phil saying, been fun, got to go, catch you all later. Been a pleasure, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you
Adios.
again soon.
Cheers, Phil.
Kev saying a Plymouth Fury. People are really gassing out now on Google as quick as they can to try and get these answers back within 10 seconds. John saying a Fury in the 50s, a Plymouth Fury 50s. I'll give you 2 out of 3 for that, John. Chevrolet 57. No, both wrong on that. Sorry, John. I said it, I think I meant John. John, Plymouth Fury in the 50s. I'll give you 2 out of 3. Ian, Chevrolet 57. No. And Paul Wilshire, let's give one to the chat. 58 Plymouth Fury. Boys, you were so close. Your years were a little bit iffy.
I got 58
Give or take a year.
Oh.
Give or take a year.
in the end.
Russ said, not sure.
55.
I'll give you a point, not sure. But well done, chaps. No, I'll be ashamed of all of you if you don't get this right. Because me being a Batman nut. It's easy.
Answer first.
1 week I won't ask the questions. I'll try and answer them.
Answer first before the question.
What type of vehicle is the Batmobile? Listen to the question. What type of vehicle is the Batmobile in the Dark Knight trilogy commonly called?
I've never seen any of the films. Couldn't
No.
comment.
Oh, you need to get out, love. You need to watch that. You know what I mean? What a box set of, what a trilogy. Brian, you got,
No.
Anything
Haven't
past
seen
the
it.
nine-
you got
Sorry.
nothing?
anything past a modified 1966 Futura is not a Batmobile.
Exactly. That's my kind of take on it. That's the Batmobile.
It's my third favourite Batmobile. This particular incarnation is in the chat.
Well, it could only be the one that he put in his rubbish bin. You know, so when I sent him the model.
No,
only
it
be
was
that
not.
one.
No, it was not. Russ.
Is that the one with the massive wheels?
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the Tumbler.
Tumbler. Yeah.
So, John, spot on. Kev, no idea. And if you find one, Kev, please don't smash it up. Please put it to one side. Russ.
Banger it. Yes, please, banger it.
Russ saying Tumbler, absolutely. Ian saying not seen them. You and JMO need to have a night in and have a watch along with the Dark Knight trilogy.
I
In
thought
fact,
you
I
were
might
going to
set
say
that
we
up.
need to have a word with ourselves.
You need to have a word with yourself. What you like? I'll set that up one night. We'll have a watch along on YouTube. Get
Yeah,
yourself a copy of the Dark Knight trilogy, and we'll do it.
yeah.
It'll last for weeks. If you've ever seen the episode of what's that, South Park, where they're playing what's the online game, Warcraft. They're playing Warcraft and they just break. They've been there that long. They break out in spots and turn grubby and all this. Yeah, that's what we end up looking like. Right. I'll be ashamed of all of you don't get this. What kind of vehicle do the characters escape in at the end of the Italian Job 1969, not the remake, 1969? Oh, come on, snap answers. Bri.
Well, it depends what you mean escape. I mean, some of them went in a Mini, some of them went in a Dormobile, and some of them went in
The
coach.
main.
Oh, the
the
Minis.
main.
Okay.
I'll give you
Mini
a point there.
Coopers. Sorry.
I'll give you the 2 for 2. Michael.
They had the Mini Coopers in the back of a valve steering
Just
bus.
Mini Cooper. Jabba.
Mini Cooper 1275 S.
It's covering all his bases now. I love it.
Yeah, but everybody keeps modelling the bus that the Mini Cooper's drove into the back of.
Well, they escaped after the fact.
They used the bus as a transporter.
They
Well, if we're
escaped
going to be brutally
into-
honest, they didn't escape, did they? They're still stuck there now.
No, the idea was
No.
that they escaped into the bus,
Yeah.
but they escaped from the robbery in the Mini Coopers. So it's Mini Coopers.
So that, again, you're going down to the millionth of a second in the race.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
There was an Aston Martin, there was an E-Type, Dormobile.
What is the
Yeah.
name? Oh,
Then there was the Alpha, then there was the Lancia as well.
And then there was the
Right.
Lamborghini Miura as well, wasn't there? Right at the start.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the Mini Coopers, right? All right, it's the Mini Coopers. Let's not make this too
And the-
deep.
And the Pakistani ambassador's car.
Yeah, that's right.
Bangladesh.
The harder question, the harder question,
Shall we move on?
the harder question would have been what colour were the Minis?
Shall we move on? You know what I mean? Have we finished now? Right. What?
Still waiting for the answer for the
Michael,
Plymouth Fury. What's here?
you bloody
Still
Michael.
waiting
If you keep
on that answer.
what? Lost my plot now. I've skipped a few because they're not good. So the next one. What classic car does Ferris Bueller borrow in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Brian?
Ferrari Daytona.
I'll give you one.
It's not a Daytona.
I'll
I
give you one
can't
for
think of
Ferrari.
it. It's a Ferrari Spider, but I don't know model number.
It's a what, Jamie?
It's a Ferrari Spider, but I don't know the model number.
I'll give you one for Ferrari.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
A red Ferrari.
It's a Spider because it's a convertible. Ferrari's called a convertible.
I'm going to hold fire on this to see if anybody in the chat can get it, like, or at least get 2 points out of. Let's see. There's possibly 3 points up for grabs here. The boys have got Ferrari, so I'll give them one for that. Nobody's
I should get two. I said it was red.
nobody's actually got. We've got a Russ 250 Spider. I'm going to give Russ 2 out of 3. The Daytona, no, can't do the Daytona, I'm afraid, Paul. And I can't give you the Spider, Russ. But
I can give you the really bad news.
Russ is closest. Go on, Brian.
It wasn't a real Ferrari. It was a replica.
Don't you get too deep. Don't turn into Michael. This could last all night at this rate. I'm going to count it down. Never seen.
Go on, Brian. Wait. Brian, we're going to have to hold hands so we can beat up on
Never
PJ.
seen it, as you can tell. Not a big film buff. Not to worry him. It was a Ferrari 250 GT California. Add that to your knowledge box. Write it down, JMO. Put it in the encyclopedia for next time.
Don't do much on the West Coast.
Tell me when you've had enough. We'll
I'm enjoying it.
That's all right.
Fair enough. Sucker for punishment, my boys are. What make and model is the talking car in Knight Rider, the movie?
Oh, the movie.
The movie.
I don't think I've seen the movie.
Never watched the movie.
No, that depends.
From
Did they still stick with Chevrolet Corvettes?
I can't give you.
the movie was not never as good as the TV series. Because I didn't have
Hang on,
time.
wait a minute. The movie.
This is a 3-pointer. I'll give you. If you know the make, model, and type, I suppose is one way of putting it.
The movie was.
I'm just calling it that.
Hang on, talking over each other.
I'm only stalling enough so those in the chat can
I'm
Google it.
saying,
Well,
PJ,
I'm just stalling it for everybody.
you're talking over each other, boys. Just sorry.
yeah, the movie
Yeah.
was the actual first episode because the film was before the actual series.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying it isn't. You still
Pontiac.
haven't told me what type of car it is, though.
Well, that's about 84 Pontiac. No, it's not a Pontiac. He would have that.
No.
Sort yourself out of that. Brian, go on.
Pontiac Firebird Trans Am.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to give Brian 3 for 3 out of that. You taught yourself out of the Pontiac there, JMO. Can't believe
I
it.
know it was about 84 though.
Never seen the movie, only the off originals. Kit. Car was called Kit. Chevy Corvette, says Paul.
Yeah, we're not. I forgot.
Only ever seen the TV series, not the film. Original movie, says Russ, Pontiac Firebird, Trans Am 82, and relaunch movie, Ford Shelby, GT 500 KR 2008. It's like an encyclopedia knowledge of.
Yeah, because
cars.
the original movie was the first one of the series because it were a movie length.
The pilot of it.
You still talk yourself into the fact that you
The
didn't.
pilot is the
Can I throw out a bonus point for anyone?
Yes,
Can anyone? Right. So the car was called Kit.
yes.
KITT. Does anyone know what Kit means?
I do.
Go on then.
Night Industries 2000.
Well done. Well done.
Beat me to it again. Right. Which movie features a car called? This might be a little bit vague, and I'm not sure. We'll see if anybody gets it. Which movie features a car called the Pursuit Vehicle? Oh, bright straight there. We'll give
I
the
think
boy.
it's Mad
we'll give-
Max. The original Mad Max.
Okay. Do you want to expand on your answer of what kind of vehicle it is?
It's a police car.
Yes, but the police car is a police car is a police car.
Oh, it was a pursuit vehicle. It was if I remember the
It
film
was
correctly.
an XB4000.
Yeah, they set up
Yellow.
a almost like vigilante squad because there were so many gangs of Hell's Angels floating around. They had to have a car that was fast enough to keep up with the bikes, and it was supercharged. But it was down the side. It said pursuit car.
We'll just give John saying convoy.
Well-
I don't know where we go in there with that. Jerry saying RoboCop. I don't know where we go with that. Paul.
But then again, I would have thought. I thought didn't Thunderbirds have a pursuit vehicle?
No,
That's the one out of Mad Max.
Captain Scarlet.
Paul
Oh,
Wiltshire.
Captain Scarlet, whatever.
Paul Wiltshire.
That was still before Mad Max.
Wow. Paul Wiltshire saying Mad Max Ford Convoy. Martin saying a V8. I'm going to give Martin a point out of that.
Well, the pursuit vehicle in Mad Max would have been the yellow Ford XA or XB Falcon, which I painted mainly yellow with blue and red in it.
The Mad Max.
Yeah,
Pursuit-
it goes through side of a caravan.
It's called.
Yeah.
According to my friend AI, it's called the Mad Max Pursuit Special. It's a V8 Interceptor.
So there
The
wasn't
intercept-
Jerry
Yeah,
Anderson.
which
It
is a
was
Ford
always
Falcon.
known as an Well, now you think about it,
Yeah,
it was always called
yeah.
an Interceptor.
So there was the Jerry Anderson connection, wasn't there?
No Jerry Anderson connection whatsoever. We're going to skip on that one.
Because you said pursuit vehicle. You didn't say interceptor. You said pursuit
That
vehicle.
wasn't the question.
They are being pedantic.
I thought you said what film was it?
I said which movie features a
Yeah,
car
you did.
called the Pursuit Special?
Yeah, so my answer was Mad Max. What
Yes.
movie?
And all I added on to that was, have you got any further detail on it? I never said you was wrong.
Maybe. Might have.
Michael's getting all hoity-toity about his answers.
Well, it's an Australian film.
What?
Yeah. Get your facts right. So forget artificial intelligence because it's got none.
Well, what I'm trying to deal is with the Australian intelligence here. You know what I mean? It's difficult at times.
Fast and Furious to a British
Right. What car does Steve McQueen famously drive in the film Bullet? I want year, model, type, any extra information you've got. I'm going to give this one 4 points. 4 points.
68 Ford Mustang GT.
I'll give you 3 out of 4.
Ford Mustang GT.
Yeah, how'd you go? Brian.
Yeah.
Ford GT Mustang Fastback.
4 for 4.
Yeah.
1968. Yeah.
That's me, actually. We're not giving people in the chat a chance to answer the question, to be honest. JMO?
Sorry, not big on cars.
Yeah, I had what Brian had.
Yeah.
I think there was with the 350 onto that as well.
I think we'll give 10 seconds before we actually start answering the question. Let's not give people in the chat a chance to take part.
That's comment of the night, PJ.
Say again, Brian.
That's comment of the night.
Can we do that this week?
Say again, Brian.
That's comment of the night from Paul Wiltshire. Sorry, not big on cars.
Not big on cars. Yeah. Might be the wrong quiz. Right.
Do a Benny Hill quiz.
What's the name of the animated taxi? I don't think anybody would know that. I bet JMO knows this. What kind of car does the bride drive in Kill Bill Volume 1?
I'm out.
It's got a nickname. It's not the car's got a nickname. The car.
Oh, I know the one you mean, the pickup.
Yeah, PW.
Yes. But do you know what the actual? Just out of curiosity, do you know what the actual car is?
It's that white thing that was sitting on me earlier. Wagon.
Yes. But do you know what the actual car is?
No.
Okay.
I know it's a pickup, but I don't know which one it's. Is it a Chevy pickup?
I thought it was a GMC.
We'll give the guys in the chat 10, 9, 8, 7. I should have counted really, shouldn't we? Should have a countdown clock. 4, 3.
He just went there.
It is the pussy wagon, but the actual car itself is a Chevrolet Silverado SS. If that makes sense to anybody, I'm not big on American cars.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll skip the next one. The next one. Oh, another Bond question. Bond question. What is the model of James Bond's car in The Living Daylights?
Aston Martin.
Who played Bond at the time?
Hang on, Living Daylights, wasn't it?
It's Aston Martin Vantage.
I thought it could have been the BMW.
No.
You're going with the BMW, Mark?
The one with the skis.
It's either 5 or 7. So I don't know. I'm not big on Bond and type in cars.
Okay. Anybody in the chat? What is the model of James Bond's car in The Living Daylights? We've got possibly a BMW, but not possibly a Aston Martin. Russ. Aston
if it's
Martin.
the one with the BMW, I think it is. It's either a 5 or 7 series.
So, Russ, Aston Martin V8, Vantage, Cabrio, and Coupe. John, Vantage, Aston Martin Vantage, Aston Martin Vantage from Paul and Ian as well. Give yourself a point, boys. Well done. It is a V8, just to bolt on to the end of that.
There, yeah.
And finally, just to round this off with the final Bond question. Which vehicle transforms... It's not a boat. Which vehicle transforms into a submarine in The Spy Who Loved Me? Brian.
Lotus Esprit.
Say again.
Lotus Esprit.
Okay. Jamie?
Lotus Esprit, yes, too.
Michael?
A white thing that had wings, a Lotus.
Yeah, it's not. No. And you can't say bloody corgi either. Russ, Lotus Esprit S1.
Ooh.
Oh, sneaky, wasn't it?
Mother,
Sneaky,
mother fluffer.
mother fluffer. My
Oh, you're
star,
the
Russ.
downstairs.
My star. Lotus Esprit. You know what? Boys, give yourself 2 points there on the Lotus Esprit. It is the S1 just to round it out for Russ and Paul. Well done, chaps. Bit of fun. I hope you appreciate it. It's just a bit of fun. If you like doing these, we'll continue doing them, dragging them out.
I'm thinking of doing one.
It's a good. Like Martin was supposed to be doing us one where he's going to take photographs of bumpers and vehicles. You got to guess the
That'd be
car
cool.
from that. So he's working on that.
That sounds cool.
So it's a bit like the old the closing theme from Thunderbirds, where you see him at the ships at different angles and whatever.
What we should do it as an email quiz. So no answers, just the pictures, and then send the emails in.
It is.
And you won't get any cheating.
It is a bit difficult. It's just the spirit of the thing. If you Google it, you're only cheating yourselves, really. So it's a bit of fun.
Well,
And
if you did,
nobody knows anyway, so it's not so you're going to win out.
I reckon if you do a Ben and Hill quiz, you can't Google it all.
Yeah. Well, Russ, thanks, PJ. You're more than welcome, mate. Thanks for taking part. Thanks, Paul. Paul Wiltshire Models. Thanks, mate. Jerry's saying it's toast time.
Food
quiz, love it, says John. Martin, just add it, Jerry. Martin just saying he's just had his toast. It is 10 o'clock then. We've actually managed to do this without filling in spaces for what we've got on our Facebook page, but perhaps we'll do an expanded version of that the next time round. So if anybody's got any quizzes, if anybody's got any questions, if anybody's got anything model related, diecast related, plastic kit related, blah blah blah, you know the name of the game now by now, come and join us on the Diecast and Modelers community on Facebook. Send me all your money if you want to be a benefactor. That's always a bonus. And if you've got any ideas, you want to know anything, drop it in the chat on Facebook. We don't necessarily come back to this only to see how many views we've had and to see if it's worth keep going. But at the moment, it seems like people are having fun doing it and joining us. We stumble through. We're not the professional outfit. We're a bunch of lads who just like doing what we like to do. Thank you.
We're not scripted.
We're not. My thanks to Laz. My thanks to Martin for earlier on for joining us. It's good night from me, and it's good night from Brian. Brian, thank you, sir. It's good night from Michael. Thank you, Michael, for jumping in. And thank you to my good mate, JMO, for jumping in at the last
worries, bud.
last minute. Ian said it's an enjoyable night. No Jerry paste on one slice and marmalade on the
Perhaps you could do a feature on that.
We should have a toast.
Toast
We should have a toast special.
Toast toppings.
A quiz on toast. Yeah, he'll blitz that.
You can't get them toast toppers anymore.
I used to love them.
Don't know how
They
this
were
ended up
awesome then.
Well, I'm not
No, I
sure
would
what,
end up
what they
very
were
good.
made of, but
I don't care. They tasted
yeah,
good.
exactly.
I'm not one that looks at healthy food if it tastes good.
Here, Jamo, you know you can get a colour swatch for paints.
Yeah.
I bet Martin has got a colour swatch for toast when it's right and when it's wrong.
I get
All right,
kicked off at work. I always
Hot
burn
bread,
mine.
toast.
I always burn
on
mine
and
at
on that
work.
bombshell,
Eat
on
it.
that bombshell, before we never stop them, let's just round up saying, Russ, great chat, thanks all, you're welcome, mate. John saying good night, everyone. Good night, John. Night, everyone. Thanks for filling in, chaps. Says Martin. The lads will always help us out, you know that, mate. And good night, lads and ladies, says Jerry. And it's a good night from me as well.
Good night, all.
We'll see you in a fortnight's time. Take care. Love you all. And we'll
Tatty
see